There must be something in your life that's stressing you out, right? Work, family, relationships, you need advice. Well, I have the perfect podcast for you, Ask Mimi. In this new Stitcher Premium podcast, Mimi, a 92-year-old food critic, offers advice on food and life to live callers from across the country, members of a live audience, and celebrity guests. People like comedians Mo Rocca, Negin Farsad, Aparna Nancherla, and Sashir Zameda. Mimi's famous for her wit, her brilliance, and her complete unwillingness to give an F what anyone thinks of her. In other words, when she gives you her opinion, she doesn't sugarcoat it. Ask Mimi is moderated by Dan Pashman from the Sporkful podcast. Listen to Ask Mimi in Stitcher Premium now. Go to stitcherpremium.com/askmimi and use promo code SPONT for a free month trial of Stitcher Premium. Or hear the first episode for free. It's up now in the Sporkful feed. Get the Sporkful wherever you listen. There you go, folks. You know, at the end of the day, music, it's so important. It's one of the top 3 things. What are the other 2? Well, I'll tell you. Music is right in the middle. Number 2 of the top 3 things. Number 1, air. Gotta put it number 1. Got to. Number 3, water. That's the order. Air, music, water, food, companionship, power of flight, teleportation, shelter. Shelter's so far down the list. Look, you can be out in a field in the goddamn rain. But if you got air, some tunes, friends, food, the power of flight, and teleportation, who needs a roof, bro? Dude, we got to get back to the garden. You know what I'm saying? In Bible times, they were living out there, naming animals, flying, teleporting to and fro. Nude. Not naked. Nude. My choice. I sometimes think if we were all nude, it would be fine. But as long as there's one person wearing clothes, it's ruined. We got to think about it. It's how I feel about the self-driving cars. They all must be self-driving. Because the moment there's, it's 99.9% self-driving, one human-driven car, accident. For sure. These robot cars, like we design them to save us at all costs. Let's say you're in the car, robot car is driving. You say, car. Just get in that other lane. Oncoming traffic. Car will be cannot. Complete command, master. Because it wants to save you. But let's say you're saying robot car. Look, I apologize. I had a scenario in my head that made sense to me. Then I started talking about the scenario where the robot car saves your life. I forgot my scenario where somehow the other human driver, I don't know, look. These cars, I don't trust them. That's the upshot. Okay, look. Hey, this show is free. I'm going to say, I've followed through so many times with these. This is the one time I got lost. How dare you? I will only be judged by my Lord Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spontaneanation with Paul F. Tompkins. I am the second part. This is a show where I invite a special guest onto the program to have a free-form conversation with me inspired by a blind question from our previous episode's guest. Then, I invite some improviser pals onto the show, if they're not already here, to join me in a narrative improv that is one continuous story as opposed to unconnected scenes, oftentimes utilizing details gleaned from the conversation with the aforementioned special guest. And it is all scored on piano by Mr. Eban Schletter. That's what he goes like. Ladies and gentlemen, thrilled to have this person in the studio today. We've only done this a couple times before, but this will be a one-on-one show. And my sole guest and improviser today is our friend, Tawny Newsome.
Who?
You!
I was being the audience. Who?
Do you think that we have a lot of first-time listeners who are going to be like, I don't know who this is?
I hope so. I hope I can win them over.
Guess what? You just did.
Hey! Welcome, everybody.
Do you think we'll be getting a lot of the Comedy Get Down audience?
Oh, who are they? Let's talk about who they are.
Do you hear from Tawny is on the show, The Comedy Get Down on
Yes.
BET. Do you hear from people online who watch the show?
No.
Really?
No. I'm not the main dish there. There's five greats on that show, and then I'm the girl.
You're an important garnish.
Thank you so much. I am kind of like the kale that you stick around the turkey that no one eats. Whereas vegetarians are always looking at it like, can y'all just saute up that kale so I can eat that? No, they don't reach out. But I heard that the DVR numbers are good because it's on late. It's on at 11:30.
Right.
So I guess the ratings aren't, but later people are watching it.
The later people.
Yeah. The tomorrow people.
The borrowers. They come out when everyone else is asleep and they watch the Comedy Get Down.
The Native American in the cupboards.
Oh, everyone in the museum, of course.
Oh, yes. It was quite a night.
What if everything comes alive in the museum at night and they just watch TV?
Ben Garant, I think you have a new script to write.
Tawny, I have a question for you.
Okay.
This comes to us from our previous episode's guest. And that question is, how many eggs can you eat in one sitting?
Ugh. That really bummed me out.
Why did it bum you out? Do you not like eggs to begin with?
No, I like eggs. I don't know. I always thought a 3-egg omelet was extreme. I thought it was too much omelet.
Yeah.
Because you want the other stuff in the omelet.
You can make an omelet with an egg.
Truly, you can.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess I'd prefer a 2-egg omelet, but I don't know that I've ever tested what's my limit.
Have you ever eaten a hard-boiled egg?
I have.
Have you eaten more than one at a time?
I have. Maybe 3.
So that you're going to say outside, that's probably your personal best.
Here.
It's 3 eggs.
Are we saying what have I done or what could I do? Because I'm a person who can do whatever I put my mind to.
Let's start with the one and go to the other.
Okay.
What have you done? What's your personal best for eating eggs?
Probably 4 when I was a teenager. I'm going to say 4.
Oh my God. Teenage years?
Oh man.
Were you just eating eggs?
Oh yeah. We lived on a farm. We had chickens. I'd go out there. I'd get those eggs. I'd put them in hot water, boil them. And then I'd make a dish that my mother, lovely woman, not a great cook, called chopped up eggs in a bowl. Where we would then chop up the eggs, put salt and pepper and butter on them, and that was your breakfast.
Butter. And would you eat it with a fork or spoon?
Fork.
I would use a spoon because I want to get every drop of egg.
Well, and you'd get every drop of butter, too. I'll tell my mom there's been some improvements to her recipe.
Does she, what was her best dish as a cook?
Ooh, I don't know. You know, she can bake now. She makes like dipped strawberries for Christmas.
Like a Sherry's Berries.
Sure.
Former sponsor, shout out to Sherry's.
Shout out to Sherry.
Miss you, Sherry's.
Where you been, girl?
Come on back.
Come on back.
Were you mad because I did characters for the ad reads?
Berry women do not like characters. Berry women are very serious. Yeah, no, she didn't really, my mom didn't have great dishes. She didn't cook anything that I remember.
Because she worked, how, does she still, is she retired?
No.
She still works
She
at...
moved to the private sector. It's complicated. She was a prison guard. She's a correctional officer. Rose through the ranks, retired as a captain, retired from the state, and then went to work still as a captain, but for a company that works on digitizing all of the inmate records in California, because prison systems are still on a paper system.
Interesting.
If you guys want to be scared about something, it's that all it takes is someone like, a typo on a printed sheet of paper and an inmate gets released.
Does that also mean you could just throw that piece of paper away and then the inmate could say, I'm not supposed to be in here?
Yeah. And they put on like a jacket and a fake mustache and they're like, I'm a businessman. And they just walk out.
I'm a businessman. I must have gotten lost.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
It's like, sir, you're wearing a full suit with no shoes.
Why did they take his shoes?
Because the shoelaces, I think I was thinking of.
So he just got there.
Oh, yeah. In this scenario I'm working up.
So they're digitizing the prison records.
Yeah. And all their healthcare records, and it's a huge process. So she works for them.
Are they also digitizing their VHS tapes and their vinyl?
Their old home movies.
And when you were little, I remember it was our episode, I believe it was called A Donut Factory. When you first talked about this, it was a live episode. And you had been on the prison grounds? Like you'd been you would like give the tour.
Yeah, well, I wasn't like hired to give the tour.
But you knew the tour.
Well, there was a family night that I believe they stopped doing. This was at CSP Solano in Vacaville, California. They would do like a family night where you could bring your family to the prison to show them what you do for a living. And there were like limited areas that you could go, obviously.
For the family that will not take your word for it.
It was a very weird classist thing of like, I definitely went to school with kids that had also been to that prison, but to visit their family members. Yeah. So I was like, weird that I'm going because my mom works there. But she didn't want me inside at all, even in the agreed upon areas. So she was like, stay out here on this perimeter bus and like, just sit on this dumb bus that does like a tour. But then there was an alarm. So all the guards had to go. Like there was a huge alarm. My mom was like, I have to go. You have to stay here. So I just stayed on the bus and I was so bored because I went on it like 25 times. I just started giving the tour because the driver was like, go ahead. I don't care. And that's how I decided I wanted to be a performer.
You got the bug. You got bit by the bug. Coincidentally, this question, I believe, was inspired by the film Cool Hand Luke, which is set in a penal camp.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie, Paul Newman. And at one point in the movie, there's an egg eating contest. Paul Newman says, I can eat 50 eggs.
Ugh.
Yes. And so the other people in the prison, of course, they doubt him. Mm-hmm. And people place bets and so forth. And then he does eat the 50 eggs.
How did an inmate get a hold of 50 eggs?
That is a good question.
Did I just put Cool Hand Luke on blast?
Yeah, I think you did. I honestly don't remember. It's a very good question. There must have been some line of dialogue that said, here, I stole those 50 eggs.
Yeah. I stole them and managed to hard boil all of them. In my latrine?
And we're willing to in my latrine. And we're willing to squander them on this contest where one guy eats all of them.
Yeah. It seems like those would be good for trading.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most of my prison info these days just comes from Orange is the New Black. I barely remember anything.
I think a lot of these guys were not ovo-lacto, so...
Sure. A lot of vegs. A lot of vegs in the priz.
What is a movie that people are always surprised that you haven't seen?
Like any of the Godfathers, Scarface. Those are the big ones that come to mind that I'm like, you're right, I should see them.
Can I tell you?
Huh?
Godfather 1 and 2, absolutely worth your time.
Sure.
You could skip Scarface.
Really?
It's dumb.
Maybe this is more like college boys were telling me. Like,
no doubt.
You haven't seen Scarface? I'm like, I don't know. Is that one where Al Pacino's shouting? Is that different from the other ones?
That was the beginning of his shouty period.
Really?
Yes.
Was there a time when he was non-shouty?
Godfather 1 and 2. It is like a different person when you watch those movies.
Here's a stupid question. Are you ready?
Yes. Oh, always.
Is Scarface a spin-off of the Godfathers? Is he like a character from it that they were like, we should give him his own, like a,
no,
like a Family Matters from Perfect Strangers type scenario?
Absolutely.
Where you're like, really? That character gets a spinoff? Okay.
Did somebody get a spinoff from Family Matters?
I was just talking about this. I feel like it was on a podcast, so I'm sorry, everyone, if you heard me talk about this. The mom, Harriet, was the security guard in Perfect Strangers. Yeah, that's what my face did.
So
that's what my face did.
So wait, which came first?
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers. Mm-hmm. And then is it one of those things where they somehow made like a backdoor pilot on an episode of Perfect Strangers?
Ooh, great question. I don't know. I think they just gave her, I think it was after Perfect Strangers was off the air, and they booted up a thing about the security guard and her family, which then quickly turned into like the wacky neighbor next door. And then that actress left the show 9 episodes before the series finale.
What?
I think she was mad. I'm inferring a lot. I don't know this woman.
9
I think she was pissed that
before
she's
the
like,
series finale.
Yeah, it ran for like 8 seasons or something. And I think she was
on
finally
forever,
like,
yeah.
I think she tried to leave earlier. This is my conspiracy theory, that she was like, this is Harriet's show, not Urkel's show. Fuck this. I'm getting screwed. This is supposed to be about a woman taking care of her family. Instead, it got sidelined by a man. So I'm going to leave.
And a robot sometimes.
Yeah. And a weird time machine of coolness. So then I think
machine of coolness.
I think she tried to leave, and her contract, like, they held her, and then the second she could get out, even though it was 9 episodes before the end, they had to replace her with another actress.
That's...
Guys, if you're looking for something to watch, go find the last 9 episodes.
Or binge it from the beginning. For the full effect?
Yeah.
Binge it from the beginning. I'm going to say, start with Perfect Stranger Season 1.
Yep. Watch Cool Hand Luke twice.
Yeah, that's right. But put a Godfather in there, somewhere in the middle.
Don't watch Scarface. It's basically a spinoff.
That's right. No, hold on.
What? Huh?
Scarface is weirdly a kind of, you know what? I don't even know if this is true. It shares a name with a movie from the 30s starring Edward G. Robinson as Al Capone, who was in life nicknamed Scarface. And what's his name? The guy we were just talking about, Al Pacino.
Al Pacino?
He plays in Scarface a guy from Cuba. Is he from Cuba?
Yeah, he's supposed to be Cuban.
Which he is not in The Godfather.
Oh,
he's
okay.
an Italian-American in The Godfather. And he's doing a crazy accent and, you know.
In both, right? No. I'm going to stop. I'm going to get so many annoying Twitter messages about this.
Only in Scarface. Only in Scarface.
Yeah, that I've seen enough clips to be like, I don't want to watch this man butcher through a Cuban accent.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. What is a thing that you liked as a kid that you saw through the lens of adulthood and realized, oh no, I was wrong about this?
Oh, you mean like a movie?
Anything. It could be a book. It could be any kind of thing, because that is always a heartbreaking thing. When it's a thing that you loved as a child and then you see it and you realize, well, this was garbage and these people were insulting me.
Yeah. I don't know. I loved Terminator 2, but that holds up, frankly.
It's a fun movie. Well, there's the thing. A thing too is that a phenomenon I find very troubling. I was going to say irritating, and then I softened it, but it irritates me.
Okay.
Is people like a thing from when they were a kid.
Yes.
And then they have to insist that it is still good.
Yes.
That it's not, because I feel like what they're afraid of is somehow that makes them wrong for liking it in the first place. But people that hold a there's nothing wrong with holding a fondness for a thing that you liked when you were a kid. But this weird adamant, like, no, it's really good.
Yeah.
Like the movie Hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I saw that when I was a grown-up already, and it's a bad movie. But there's a certain generation of people that grew up with that movie, and they still think like it's great.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And it feels like people don't want their like child taste to be questioned.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they don't want to have had bad taste when they were 8.
Yeah.
It's like, newsflash, we all had bad taste when we were 8.
Yes.
I have a lot of pictures of me in tie-dye that I don't.
That tracks.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean that tracks?
I can see little Tawny wearing tie-dye.
There was a lot of tie-dye happening. It was the 90s, you guys. Also, I feel like I watched things. I also was such a, like, I already had weird tastes from my friends, and people were always making fun of things I liked. So I think I knew, like, this is a thing I like that other people don't. So I think I had a good head of not, like, insisting that other people had to like things all the time. Like, growing up, because everyone was constantly challenging me.
Because I remember that feeling, I think when I was a kid, of you had to defend your thing, you know, and if somebody said it was bad, you know, that was them's fighting words, you know. But as I got older, it wasn't important to me anymore that people liked the same things that I liked.
Oh, no.
You know?
Because you're cooler to like different stuff anyway.
Well, I think so, of course. But it didn't even occur to me that that it was a judgment on me that they didn't like this thing. Do you know what I mean? I think there are some things where, of course, it's like, oh, I kind of like that thing that everyone says is terrible. You know what I mean? There's like a secret, not a guilty pleasure, but, well, maybe a guilty pleasure in the like most literal sense of the term.
Yeah.
Of like, I can't let anyone know that I like this.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I feel like I liked a lot of I mean, there was no chance in me telling like the Black and Mexican kids I went to school with that like Clint Black was the best holiday album that of the year. You know, I just wouldn't even try. So I feel like I knew like to just shut up about my tastes for a while.
Clint Black, of course, one of the new traditionalists.
I don't know that he counts.
Really?
Wait,
is he a little bit after?
I think he's a little after. Well, I think he was a little poppy. I could be wrong.
Tawny, we got to take a break.
Okay.
During a break, there's going to be an ad. You listen to the ad. Sponsor's happy. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. More with Tawny Newsome when Spontaneanation returns. Clink. Lisa, 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 a mattress where you lay. That's right. We are once again brought to you by Lisa Mattresses. Lisa, you know their story. They were driven by the mission to provide a better place to sleep for everybody. Lisa is an innovative direct-to-consumer online mattress brand that is also socially conscious. Look, corporations, they can all go to hell if they're not going to help out. Lisa, they're trying to help out. For every 10 mattresses Lisa sells, they donate one to a shelter. That's their 10-1 program. They also plant one tree for every mattress sold. That's a tree to one program. And they donate 1% of each employee's time to volunteer for local causes. That's a 1% program. Not to mention, with a patented universal adaptive feel, Lisa is designed for all types of sleepers, and it features 3 premium foam layers. I want to tell you about these. 2-inch Aveda foam top layer for cooling and breathability. Oh! 2-inch Aveda memory foam middle layer for body contouring and pressure relief. Damn! And this is the mic drop here. 6-inch dense core support foam for durability and structure, which works for sleepers of all sizes. From a great big fat person like Silence of the Lambs to a little bitty borrower who came out of the walls to sleep on a big people bed. And now, Lisa's continuing to expand its offerings to include, I did that on purpose. I'm a different guy now. The Lisa pillow, blanket, foundation, and frame. That's not all one item, by the way. There's a pillow, there's the blanket, there's a foundation, and there's a frame. It's not like a combo. No wonder it's a Forbes's Top 20 startups to watch. That sentence, rough going all the way around. This is the required call to action. Try a Lisa mattress in your own damn home for 100 nights risk-free. Available in the US, the UK, Canada, the Germany, the online. With free shipping, this 100% American-made mattress ships compressed in a box right to the door. Or try it at the Lisa Dream Gallery in Soho, New York City, and Virginia Beach, and over 80 West Elm stores nationwide. I just bought some napkins from this West Elm. Personal story. Get $100 off when you go to lisa.com/PFT. That is LEESA.com/PFT. Oh, welcome back over here. It's the Welcome Back character.
From
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Okay, got it.
A show that I loved as a child.
Never seen it.
I cannot believe this was in the days of 3 channels. This was a huge hit.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I know that.
It's atrocious. It's truly terrible.
Is Danny DeVito
No.
in that? No, what am I thinking of?
Taxi.
Okay.
The most depressing theme song of all TV theme songs. Taxi.
Worse than MASH?
Yes. MASH at least, because MASH is just the instrumental version.
Yeah.
Then there's that part where the horns kick in.
Yeah.
Where they're going crazy. Bananas. But Taxi is just like a recorder.
Oh, yeah.
As a car drives over a bridge on an endless loop.
The sounds of New York.
What the fuck?
There's such an energy in the city.
It's set in New York City.
Yeah. Just a lonely pan flute.
Pan flute.
My 7th grade choir teacher taught us the MASH song. So I've known those terrible words since I was 13.
Yeah, it's insane. It's very 70s. Like it made so much sense for that movie. Suicide is Painless.
Yeah.
Bleak, guys.
Super bleak.
Really about the Vietnam War. Anyways, why didn't he just make a movie about Vietnam?
Yeah.
Was it based on a book? It was based on a book, I think.
I don't know. I never got into MASH.
I think, well, it was on, when I was a kid, it was all the time.
Yeah.
I remember, because I was watching it in prime time, but then it was also in syndication. And so it was the first kind of comfort show that I can remember. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where if it was on, I felt grounded in the world. Mm-hmm. Like if I went somewhere else, like MASH, okay, good. It's a constant.
It's like if you go to Europe, Friends is always on. There's so much Friends being played in France.
They love Friends.
They love it.
Do you think it's because they don't have friends in France?
I think it's because the concept of friendship is so American. It's like jazz or musical theater.
Here's a question I had recently. Klezmer music.
Uh-huh.
Was it invented in America?
Ooh, great question. The phone lines are open, everybody. No.
Somebody just mouthed, I don't think so.
Okay. I don't think, because it's called klezmer. That sounds like, it sounds like it's not from here.
How is jazz a more American sounding word than klezmer?
If a trumpet could speak, that is the noise it would make. It'd be like, wow. If that was, if a trumpet had letters, it would only have those 3. You know what I haven't seen that I should have said?
What?
That everyone is like, you haven't seen? I have not seen a single Harry Potter or Lord of the Ring. Lord of any sort of ring.
Lords of the Ring.
Lords of one ring.
I have read one Harry Potter and seen one Harry Potter.
Was it the same one?
Yes. Okay. And they both made it very difficult for me to want to read or see another.
Oh.
Yes.
See, that's what I was a little afraid of. Mm-hmm. Now I can just, because people are very intense. They love their...
People are very intense.
They love it. They love being, I'm House of Glumbleglore or whatever.
That's right. The House of Glumbleglore.
So for me being like, I just haven't seen it. It's not my thing, is way better than if I watch it and I'm like, I hate this. Because then people will attack me.
Absolutely. So, I think people get mad when you don't try.
Oh, so what I'm doing
if you don't give it a chance.
But I know...
Yeah.
See, I don't want to get into this.
Exactly. The pressuring that people do on other people to see entertainment.
Yeah.
There's tons of it.
There's maybe too much.
almost too much. We're 2 away from too much. 2 movies away from too many movies.
And we're 5 TV shows over too many TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. We should have dialed that back a while ago. What was the equivalent of Harry Potter when you were growing up? Did you have a Wrinkle in Time? Like, did you have some fantastical thing that you enjoyed?
I did read Wrinkle in Time. I was more sci-fi than fantasy, so I was big into Star Trek.
Okay. TNG?
Oh yeah, TNG, DS9, Voyager. I would watch them with my dad, my stepmom. Like, it was weirdly like family friendly, but also extremely progressive. So I just loved it, and I still love it. And it is not bad. I'm in a long distance rewatch of Deep Space Nine with 2 friends of mine.
Right.
One lives here, but one lives on the East Coast, and we text periodically, like, episode 113 or whatever. But some episodes are bad. Like the Rumpelstiltskin episode I just watched.
What's the what?
Oh God, Chief O'Brien is reading a bedtime story to his daughter, and legit Rumpelstiltskin appears. Like, looking as fucked as you imagine a 90s Star Trek Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah. And he appears and he's like, "Ooh, I'm from the book, you conjured me." And then these other, like, fantastical creatures appear on the ship. It looks like, you were just talking about Goonies on the break. It looks like something out of Goonies or like The Neverending Story. It's so bad. And I texted my friend Steve and he was like, "Yeah, that's the one to skip maybe." Because he's like a couple episodes ahead of me.
What season did that occur?
Season 1. I think it's episode 14 if you guys are looking to get weird.
Now, I recently rewatched all of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And because there's one of our previous guests, Alice Wetterland, co-hosts a podcast called Treks in the City. They're rewatching Star Trek The Next Generation. They had me on as a guest, and I hadn't seen any of this in such a long time. And I watched the episode called Justice, where they go down to, it's season one, they go down to some pleasure planet where everybody just wants to have sex all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the young Wesley Crusher child, he unwittingly breaks a law there, and their only punishment for any law is death, which somehow this escaped conversation. Like, when they went down to the planet, and they talk, one of my favorite things is they talk in this episode about the many times they've been to check this planet out and vet it as a place to go for a shore leave. And then somehow it never came up, like, "Oh, just so you know.
Just so you know.
If you do anything that's against our laws, we put you to death."
I like that it's such a nice pleasure planet that just never comes up. They're like, "Oh, newcomer, I'm sure you're fine. You're not going to do anything wrong."
Yeah. But it was it was all about sex, kind of, because, there's people just making out all over the place, and they're making a lot of allusions to sex, and like they beam down to the planet, and then people are just coming up and coming onto them,
Yeah.
Yes. But there's like, you're supposed to watch that with your kids, right?
Yeah. I would have been, I bet my parents sent me out of the room. They probably did. Occasionally we'd be watching something and my dad would be like, all right.
Where would you go?
Just kind of point, and I'd have to go to my room for a minute, and then they'd call me back. I think that's normal. Is that not normal? Your reaction tells me it's abnormal.
I did not have that experience.
Your parents didn't send you out of the room when something got too racy on TV?
I did not.
Oh, I always did. Oh, we watched a lot of Married with Children. So I would get sent out of the room a lot.
How would they be able to judge when the moment was over?
I don't know. You can kind of tell when something's, I don't know.
But then so right away something would happen again.
Yeah, sometimes I'd get sent out a couple times.
And what would you do in the room?
I'd go like play with dolls or something, or
and just
connects.
wait, like you just wait until the coast was clear.
Yeah, I'd get like an all right T. Usually my stepmom, she was more generous, so she'd be like, I'd hear her whispering like, "She can come back. Let her go. All right T," and then I'd come back.
Oh my God.
Look, I was an only child. My parents were split. My dad was like extremely protective. He didn't know, especially when I was young, he didn't know how to.
Don't get me wrong. It's very adorable. It's very adorable. Like, what a system. Like, you go out of the room. I think it's okay for you to come back in.
Yeah.
No, I think they've they've gotten past the vulgarity of that scene.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. When I was a kid, my parents were very, the only time I remember them telling me I couldn't watch something was my brothers and I wanted to watch Psycho. We saw a commercial for it. It was going to be on TV. And it was going to be on at like 10 at night or something on one of the UHF channels. And it was the only time I remember my mom saying, no, it's too scary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You can't watch it. It's too late and it's too scary.
And she knew from the trailer or from...
Well, she'd seen it when it came out, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. So she'd already... Yeah, so she's telling you guys, no, don't watch it. Well,
but otherwise, like, there was a show called Soap that was on in the 70s. It was a sitcom that was a sort of parody of soap operas. And very famously had an openly gay character played by Billy Crystal. And that was, especially growing up Catholic, that was a huge deal where people were like boycotting the show. They were not watching it. They wouldn't let their kids watch it. So it was a huge deal that we were allowed to watch this show and talk about it to my little friends and everything.
I love you talking about Soap to your little friends.
Yeah. Well, Soap was very kid-friendly because they had like an alien subplot at one point. They had supernatural stuff. There was like an exorcist subplot. Like it was this is the thing, in my memory, it was a really funny show. I cannot imagine it holding up today.
Oh, you gotta rewatch it and tell me.
Gotta do a Soap rewatch. I don't think it lasted that long, so I think it would be an easy binge.
Yeah. I liked a lot of Clarissa Explains It All.
Sure.
You reminded me of that when you said like there's an alien element. She's got that like, you know, superpower kind of. I
did not know that there was a supernatural element to that.
Well, I guess it's not supernatural. It's more like device. It was episode or whatever. It was TV device because she could like talk to and then she could like write things on the screen. So I guess she wasn't magical in her universe. It wasn't like a small wonder situation.
But no one else could do this.
No one else could do it. She was our audience lens.
Right. Much in the way that what's his fucking name from Saved by the Bell could stop time.
Oh, Zach Morris.
Zach Morris, yes.
Who I always wanted to say. I always want to call Seth Morris Zach Morris.
You should.
I think he'd like that. And Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah, yes.
But she did have powers.
Famously, she did.
She had the titular powers of being a witch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to take another break. When we return, we will have procured a location for our improv, and then, Tawny and I, we're going to do that improv. All this and nothing else when Spontaneanation returns. Let me tell you a story. This story takes place 2 years ago. All right? So imagine that. It's 2016. Oh, what a night, late December, back in September. 2 years ago, Chris Gethard launched Beautiful Stories from Anonymous People, the podcast where Chris talks to one anonymous caller for an hour. I should say, it doesn't say here, different caller each time. It's not the same person, and he's trying to find out their identity. There's only one rule. Chris cannot hang up until the hour is over. He thought the show was going to be, alt comedy fans prank calling him and messing around, but right from the start, it was something really special. The anonymity of the show gave the random callers a platform to really open up. In call after call, Chris found himself having conversations ranging from heartwarming to hilarious with people from all over the world, from the countries of heartwarming to the countries of hilarious. They talked about their dreams, their struggles, their families, how warm their hearts were, all kinds of real life stuff. There have been serious calls, like the woman about to hear her daughter's cancer prognosis. And there have been surreal calls, like the caller who escaped from a cult. And as it turns out, there have been several callers who felt compelled to talk to Chris about shitting their pants. I guess the anonymous thing brings that out in people. All of those things. Those are the three topics you'll cover if no one knows who you are. And right now, Beautiful Anonymous is celebrating its 100th episode. Congratulations, Chris. If you haven't listened yet, now is a great time to subscribe to Beautiful Stories from Anonymous People. There's a new caller every week, and you can catch up on all the old episodes in Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. You will laugh. You will cry. You will hear some truly beautiful stories. You might even shit your pants, you pants shitters. Hopefully not. But if you do, call Chris Gethard and tell him about it. on Beautiful Stories from Anonymous People, your go-to source for shit pants stories. Welcome back. Welcome back, all of you. Folks, we have procured a location for our improv from Engineer Sam. And we're ready to do our improv. But first, just so's you know, in order to aid us in our storytelling, we use 3 sound effects that move us about in time. Let's say we need to go into the past for some reason. Let's say someone's having a memory, or we want to learn how something came to be. You'll hear this flashback sound effect. Now, let's say we want to get back from that flashback back to where we were, or anytime we move forward in time, going into the future, you'll hear this flash forward sound effect. Now, this final sound moves us only in space, not in time. Let's say we're in a scene, we want to find out what's happening at the exact same time somewhere else. Moving in space only, not in time. We use this meanwhile button. Past, present, future. Everyone gets it. And now, it is time to reveal the location provided to us by Engineer Sam, and that location is Civil War Reenactment. Civil War Reenactment. We take you now to Civil War Reenactment. Does this look okay?
Yeah, you look very Civil War-y.
I mean, do I look authentic?
I wasn't there, but I think you look great.
Melissa, I'm not asking you to be, Shelby Foote or anything. I'm just asking, does this look okay?
It looks good. It fits you. You're very blue. It's all very navy colored, and I think that was the color that they wore. I don't know what you want. Do you want me to say you look handsome?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you look very handsome. You look like you're on the right side of history. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry, just a little nervous. I want to make a good impression.
On the other players?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's...
And anyone who's watching it from around the periphery.
Oh, yeah, the bleachers we installed. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
It's become quite a spectator sport, I gotta tell you. It's a huge open field, people with muskets, it draws a crowd.
Do you think we did the right thing investing in this?
It's better than that one-wheeled Segway company that you wanted to invest in. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I mean, it just took so much balance.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
So as you can see, the investment opportunities are endless.
Yeah, see, she loves it. So what do you think?
We shouldn't do this. Yeah, it seemed dangerous. That girl seemed like she was gonna just bite it. So.
Oh, she did. You didn't see?
She didn't. Oh no.
She went down hard.
Oh gosh, no! I had turned my back on the whole thing.
That's in every sense.
Yeah. When and I don't like something, I just physically turn away from it.
That's right.
It's like the time I went to Rome. Oh, I don't like this. What if I just face away? Oh, that's better.
Where did she go? And they thought you disappeared?
Yeah. I don't know. It's something about... there's not a lot of black people in Rome, so when you turn around, it's like they don't see you anymore. They don't, because they're not used to seeing...
the back of a black person.
Nope, they're not. They can't tell us apart front ways, and from the back, it's just like... Yeah, go ahead.
So, like all those times we'd be watching movies together. Mm-hmm. And we watched like 50 Shades of Grey.
Love it.
And then sometimes it seemed like you weren't in the room anymore. Like when the really sexy stuff would happen.
Oh, yeah. It's ever since I was a kid, my parents would physically turn me and face a corner whenever something risque was happening. So I would just turn my nose into a corner and they'd put a blanket over me like a parrot.
Sure. Would you go to sleep?
I would try to, for sure. It didn't always work. But if I was real tuckered out, and if I'd had a lot of dominoes before that, Yep, conk right out. And then they'd take the blanket off when something kid-friendly was happening. So I've carried that with me to an adult. As an adult, when I don't like something, I just turn away from it.
Okay, but I don't know if you realize this, but when you turn away from things, it's like you disappear.
Like a ghost?
I don't know.
Or like a vampire?
It's like, well...
Is that how either ghosts or vampires work? I was not allowed to see that part of all of those movies growing up.
Vampires don't show up in mirrors or photographs.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think if they turn around, you can still see them.
Are you using the long musket or the short one for this first?
Oh, what do you think? I was thinking the long one.
Yeah, I think you should go. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
It's more impressive, right?
Yeah, here.
All right.
I finished cleaning it.
Okay, so we got just a couple minutes before everyone gets here. But I think we should very quickly explore what may be a supernatural power.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's weird that no one's ever brought this up to me, but like, you're my business partner, I trust you.
Thank you.
What do you suggest we do?
Do me a favor, turn around for me right now, and
Okay.
let's see if I can see you.
Okay, so just like turn, like maybe and look out this window right here.
Oh my God. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Melissa? Melissa, can you hear me? Melissa, is that you? Where are you? You're where? I'm not getting that at all. Doot 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 doot. Are you making trumpet sounds? What? Where's that coming from? This is Melissa. Please come back. This is terrifying.
Oh my God. That was the first time I turned around and I went somewhere else. Did you notice that?
Yeah. You didn't hear me screaming your name?
I didn't hear anything. No,
Did you hear a trumpet by any chance?
Well, yes, I was immediately transported to New Orleans. It was incredible. I was standing in Café du Monde. I was eating a package of beignets.
A package of beignets?
I had taken them to go. There was the sweetest jazz just blasting everywhere. It was Dixieland mixed with the other types.
Let's try.
Oh, God, what a thrilling experience.
Did they play?
I could smell the crawdaddies.
Was there any Masonland jazz playing?
No, only ball jars. So,
where did she go? Did you see that lady?
Yo, I did see her leave, and like, the only reason I agreed to come to this Civil War reenactment is because a black lady owns it, so I felt safer here, and if she gonna disappear, I am not staying. Cause like, why am I gonna go to a place with a bunch of white people fighting about whether they can own black people and everybody got a gun with a knife on the end of it?
Right.
That's a bad move for me.
I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me where I am right now?
Yo, man, your crisp white suit tells me that wherever you go, it's summertime. I know that much.
I thought for the life of me, I thought I was in my hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh, you must have gotten on a fast train or something and head out here to the countryside.
Well, I remember I was at a jazz club listening to jazz, my favorite.
Okay.
And then I saw this young lady, and she was enjoying the jazz music, and we're very friendly in New Orleans and Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
And so I went up, I gave her a hug, and then she toyed around.
She did what now?
She toyed around.
She did who?
She toyed around.
Okay.
And I found myself here.
Yo, that's weird. Like she teleported you or something.
What?
Whoa, that black lady's back. Is that the lady that brought you here?
That is the young black lady that brought me here, I presume.
Oh shit, there's some magical shit going down in this place.
Like on Clarissa Explains It All.
I love that show.
Hey, Melissa.
What?
Look out the window.
Wait, but if I turn around, Kyle, I'm gonna disappear again.
Just turn your head then.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is
all right.
Okay.
Do you see that guy?
The one in the crisp white linen suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? It's like,
oh my God, wait.
Just out of the corner of my eye, so I'm just like pop into view.
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy nutballs, but when I mysteriously...
Please stop calling me nutballs.
When I...
It's so demeaning. Just because Just because I have bad business sense.
It's all I think of when I look at you.
That doesn't make it better.
Your bookkeeping is a mess. It just makes me go, oh, this guy's nutballs. Look, when I turned around and I transported to New Orleans, that man in the crisp white suit was standing there. He was drinking a hurricane. He was juggling a mess of crawdaddies.
Juggling them?
Yeah, like in his hand, like he couldn't decide if he was putting them down.
Oh, it's an embarrassment of riches, all these crawdads. What am I to do? And I'm trying to drink my hurricane. Oh, Jazz, how I love you.
Sir, put one of those plates of crawdaddies down.
Oh, certainly I will.
Also, how did I get here?
Well, it doesn't matter. The important thing is now you're here. Let me give you a hug.
Yeah, he was very friendly. He hugged me, and now he's here. It's almost like when he grabbed onto me.
I think you must have teleported him here.
I teleported him back. Oh my gosh. Do you think he's even from this time period? How do I even know if... Maybe I went to New Orleans like 100 years ago. I can't tell. His suit is timeless.
That's a good question. Now, do you mind if I ask you a question while we're waiting for the Civil War reenactment to start?
Anything.
What year is it?
Yo, it's 2017, dog.
2017?
Yeah.
Wow. That means I've traveled in time.
Oh, no. You
2 whole years.
Oh, thank God. I was like, that accent, I hope you're not from too long ago. Because our friendship will be tumultuous.
No, 2015.
Okay, that's cool then.
All right, should we go out there and talk to the guy?
Okay. Do I go out there saying like, hey, I know that I brought you back from this other place, or do I play dumb? And should I have a Cuban accent?
Why don't we... can you do a Cuban accent?
I mean, I can do like an offensive kind of Mexican one.
That'll probably do.
Okay, great.
Let's let him make the first move.
Okay.
Like maybe we'll see if you look familiar to him, or you know what I mean?
Great idea,
and
yeah.
then we'll just play it along to see, what the situation is.
Okay.
Because we don't know anything about this guy. We know he's from New Orleans.
Yeah.
He can juggle crawdads.
Mm-hmm. He loves to hug.
He loves to hug. That's positive.
Yeah.
All of these things seem positive.
All right.
All right.
And bring your musket too.
No, of course I will.
Okay, great.
What? Can I ask you, why did you tell me to bring my musket? Of course I'm going to bring my musket.
Because I just wanted a show of strength from us in case he's dangerous.
No, I know. But why did you presume that I needed to be told to bring my musket?
Because you're sort of a pacifist, Kyle, frankly. You don't really step up to, you're not what one would call assertive.
Thank you for not calling me nutballs. Okay, there he is. Let's just go over there.
Definitely accent, right? This is not going to come back to bite me in any way.
I can't imagine it would. Let me just address everyone in the bleachers. Hey, everyone. Thank you for coming out to Kyle and Melissa's Civil War Reenactment Yard. What a thrill to see so many people here in our inaugural reenactment. As you can see... Oh, an air horn! We are going to get started very soon. As you can see, the Union Army, of which I am one of the members, is getting ready, and over there is the Southern Army, the Confederacy, I believe they are called. And in just a second, we're going to reenact the famous Battle of Grumblegore. The Grumblegore fans. Okay. So just give us 5 minutes, and then we'll be ready to go. In the meantime, enjoy the concessions.
Label!
No, please. We're not.
Label!
We've been dealing with this as we were building this field. This is not a magical baseball field. That doesn't happen here, okay? You want to go a couple more miles down, and you'll find that.
Okay.
Wow. That was, I don't mind telling you, that was a little creepy, everybody. But please, oh no, don't.
What are you gonna do?
Ah, stop it.
All right, sorry.
Well, what in tarnation do you hear this assembled crowd is speaking in unison?
Yeah, yo, I haven't heard all that many people say the same thing at once since, a Kanye concert. Because everybody knows the words. Because he's the greatest. You like Kanye?
Kanye
West?
Kanye West, yes. I mean, I know who he is. He's not really in the jazz side of music, so I'm not as familiar with his works.
Oh, cool. You like jazz, yeah.
I love jazz. It's an American art form. It's like what a trumpet would say if it could talk.
Oh, I always think that. And if hip-hop...
But there's no other way to think.
You're right. Man, we should be best friends.
What were you going...
I know you asked me a while ago, and I was kind of rude to you about it, but, like, I feel like you and I are kindred spirits.
I had a feeling from the moment I met you, young lady, that we was going to get along like two peas in a pod.
Hell yeah.
Now, what was you going to say about hip-hop?
I don't know, just that it's the greatest. You know, if hip-hop and jazz were to meet up, maybe it'd be even better.
Could you imagine such a thing?
Yeah, do you play any instruments?
Well, I do juggle crawdads.
Okay.
Does that count as an
It's
instrument?
percussive, hell yeah. That'll make a slapping sound. I'll get my cousin Beatty to sample it, and we'll lay it down on a track, and it'll just be the Crawdaddy track.
That will be the name of the crawdaddy track?
Yeah, who cares? Why not?
And then do we sell these beats, these crawdad beats?
Yeah, we sell these fly crawdad beats. We sell them. People buy them up. It'll sound great. Yo, there's a lady coming over here.
Oh, now, I hope you won't think me a fantasist, but I do believe that is the young lady that transported me here to your time of 2017.
Oh, right, she's the one that disappeared and then came back. Oh, I can't wait to see what she got to say.
All right, let's just...
Okay, all right, here we go.
Go over there. He's looking at us.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm letting him take the lead, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Hello, sir. Thank you for coming. But pardon me, young lady. Do you recall, perhaps, in the last 2 years...
Yes, I brought you back on my back. You hugged me and then I brought you back to this time period.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble placing your accent. Where are you from?
You know, I am from Cuba.
Cuba.
Yeah, classical Cuban accent you're hearing right now. Our country has been closed off to America for a while, so, like, nobody knows what we sound like.
Now, you almost sound like a Creole.
What? I've been to New Orleans. I brought you back on my back.
Yes, that's right. So you feel like
Cuba.
You feel like in the time you was there, you picked up a Creole accent?
I picked up you and the Creole accent, and I brought you back here. How do you like it?
Well, I must say I'm a little perturbed because I'm outside of my own time. I don't know this strange new world of 2017. What am I to do?
So you are from a different time.
I'm from 2015.
Oh, that's it? 2015? I thought you were going to be from like 300 years ago or something interesting.
Darling, what happened to your accent?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. That level of, specificity is really hard to maintain. So if you don't mind, I'll just take a break. This is how I sound.
I see.
My name's Melissa. I like your crisp white suit. Apparently I have a superpower where when I turn around away from things that are unsightly to me, I disappear. And then I also teleport. I'm 30 years old. I just discovered this now. But when I brought you back, I got kind of excited because my business partner Kyle and I, this is Kyle.
Hello.
We have this Civil War reenactment field with thousands of spectators. And I was kind of hoping secretly that you would maybe have lived during that time and that you could help us with some of the details. Now,
Obviously, I get this a lot, but no, I'm just from 2 years ago.
Gosh, that suit is so timeless.
It is, isn't it?
It's just so hard to tell. All right, so 2 years ago. So Prince is still alive?
Well, you mean the musical artist? The non-jazz musical artist?
Uh-huh.
Well, of course he is. What are you talking about?
Just kidding. He's fine. He stays fine.
He states that good news.
Yep. How about David Bowie?
The other non-jazz musical artist?
Yeah.
Well, as far as I can tell, he's in fine fiddle.
Great. Everybody's fine. Nothing happens. Oh, man. 2015 is actually kind of great. And who's president?
President Barack Hussein Obama, of course.
I know I'm asking you. I knew that answer, but asking you
It was
just,
2 years ago.
I know. I did a lot of turning around back then, and I guess I transported a lot and didn't realize it. My brain's kind of shook up.
Well, that's understandable, I suppose. I have no supernatural abilities myself to speak of.
Well, how many Harry Potter movies were out in 2015?
All of them.
Oh, okay. Have you seen them all?
Of course I have, every single one.
Oh, we love them.
I'm a huge fan of the Harry Potter verse.
Us too, me and Kyle. We've seen everyone. We read every book twice. That's why we named this the Field of Grumble Grump. I'm from the House of Slithering. Hey, you from Slithering? That's a coincidence, because I'm from the House of Snufflepluff. Yo, what's up? Your name's Melissa? I'm the other black person that is here.
I'm from the House of Jiffin-Doo.
Oh, well, Jiffin, don't mind if I do. Meet you, sir.
Hey, can you excuse us for just 1 second?
Oh, yeah.
Melissa, are you
What?
falling in love with this guy?
No. Our houses are completely opposed. That wouldn't make any sense, but I guess, that's kind of a Romeo and Juliet thing, right? I don't know. I'm all mixed up. I'm all crazy.
I don't know. What?
Look, we don't know each other anything. We're business partners.
I know. Should you want me to get out of here?
What, have you been holding a candle for me all these years?
No, it's not so much that I wanted to be with you as that I didn't want you to be with anybody else.
Well, that's fucked up.
I'm not a good guy.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Look.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Well, I'm a sociopath. I'm a highly functioning sociopath.
I guess that's why you wanted to invest in a Civil War reenactment company.
Of course it is. It's classic sociopathy. That gentleman, the business partner of Melissa?
Yeah. I think I caught that his name was Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah.
First of all, just between you and me, he looks nutballs.
Yeah, if I had ever seen anybody that I would describe as nutballs, a picture in the dictionary would be him.
He's like, now this is a funny phrase. I hope no one will steal from me. He's like if the word nutballs became a person.
Yeah. Oh man, you good at this. What do I look like? Give me a cool thing. Dress me down.
What? You want me to roast you?
Yeah, I do. Roast me.
You look like you look like
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm a bit distracted. I think for the first time in my life, I may be in love.
Shit with me?
No.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I shouldn't have shut you down so quick.
Damn, nobody's into Lisette.
Why, Lucia? Why? This is your history?
Yeah, my whole life, ain't nobody ever been into me. I was just trying to tell all my friends to, come to my house, listen to music. Nobody wanted to do it. Nobody ever wanted to be with old Lisette.
So you never even had a friend?
No, what's that?
You don't understand the concept of friendship?
I don't think that I do. Nobody ever took the time with me, and you were my first best friend.
Well, Lisette, I'm still your friend. I mean, I'm all alone in this time period. How wonderful would it be if I had a friend and maybe in Melissa over there, a lover?
Yeah, I guess that'd be good for you.
What about Kyle? Do you have any interest in him?
I mean, he does look kind of nutballs, but you know what? I'm open. I'm open to whoever, so yeah.
Well, let's go over there. I mean, yeah, if you got nobody in your life,
yeah,
you might as well settle for Kyle.
You're right. Or one of these thousands of people.
That seems like a lot of work. Let's go over there and tell him how you feel.
Okay, are we cool though, Kyle? Because we have to run this doomed business together, and I can't have there be friction.
No, I mean, we're cool as long as nothing gets in the way of my self-preservation.
Okay.
So if the business is still good,
That's like one of the more sociopathic things that you've said.
Well, I mean, it's out there now.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice this about you before.
Well, I'm pretty good at hiding it.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Oh, okay. Well,
Of course, I think I'm great because
that's what a sociopath would think. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go back over there.
Hello.
Hey. Okay. So, little update. You, sir, in the white linen suit.
Jasper.
I'm sorry, I never got your name, but I am in love with you. We discovered that.
Oh, Melissa. I'm also in love with you.
Oh, great. Good. This book ends. Okay. And then Kyle here. Kyle's a sociopath.
Highly functioning.
And Kyle has something to say to probably all of us.
Yeah, I just want to say, I am a sociopath, and of course, all I care about is myself and my own fortunes. If there's a way that Melissa can be happy with someone, but still maintain what looks to be the beginning of a very successful business.
I mean, at this point, I really need to explore my superpower issue right now. I'm looking at maybe stepping away from the business, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it. We don't have to talk about it today. Yo, if I may, I'm sorry to interrupt y'all's moment, but
Oh, hello.
Hi. Hey, Kyle, I just want to say, 1, this business is dope. 2, your suit looks fly as hell. You look like you were just, rolled around in blue smoke. That's what I think. You look like a cool blue puff of smoke.
Thank you.
And your gun is shiny, and I'm not even nervous out here because you created such an inclusive environment with people of all colors. So,
That's right.
if you need a business partner, please consider Lisette.
Lisette, let me ask you a question.
I have run several convenience stores.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Are you able to conceive children?
I'm able to conceive of them, like I saw one earlier. Is that your question?
That is not my question.
Okay.
Would you be able to bear children?
Ooh, I don't know. They are annoying.
Okay, I'm maybe using the wrong word.
Yo, speak plain, dude.
Can you get pregnant?
Hey, if last year is any indication, then yes, dude.
Well then, welcome aboard, partner. Put her there.
Wait, that's your requirement for a business partner? Is fertility?
Well, that's one of my sociopathic requirements.
Cool.
Is I want to further my line.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All
because
right.
that's a way of ensuring that I live forever.
Yeah, I mean, don't we all want to live forever?
Not me. I can't wait to be dead.
Hey, are you ever going to go back to your time period?
Why would I? I'm in love.
Well, actually, if I may, maybe we could go back to your time period because 2015 is just looking a lot better to me than right now is.
Are you proposing some sort of Outlander situation?
Never seen it.
Me neither.
But I am proposing some kind of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Zach Morris freeze time and then go back somewhere else kind of thing.
Now you're talking my language.
All right.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch is the jazz of television programs.
If that cat could talk, it can.
And he did.
And he did. And really all I heard when he spoke was his own form of jazz. Because they were just making it up as they went along, just like us.
That's right.
All right, well, hand in hand, let's both turn away from this sociopath and this damaged woman, because I don't want to see them anymore.
Bye, y'all. Happy jazz to you. And it all happened in a place called Spontaneanation. Tawny Newsome, where can people find you? Should they wish to find you, or should you wish to be
Oh,
found?
I don't know. It's February, right?
That's right, it is.
So my birthday's coming up. Wish me a happy birthday.
Happy
Amen.
birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
Woo, thanks.
Happy birthday, dear Tawny. Happy birthday to you.
Tawny Newman on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know what I have to plug, but you know what, guys? It's pilot season, so
There you
fucking
go.
wish me luck in this
We out
hellhole.
here.
We out here just trying to matter. Just trying to matter. Just trying to matter to anyone.
God.
Walking into rooms being judged every day. Wish me luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eban Schletter is Eban Schletter on all the things. Go to ebanschletter.com and check out Eban Schletter's non-spontaneous work, which is wonderful because Eban Schletter is only the best around here. How do you spell Eban Schletter? It's simple. EBANSCHELETTER. As for me, go to paulftompkins.com/live to see where I'm going to be, if I'm going to be anywhere. I am PF Tompkins on all the socials. And please do, if you think of it, if you can spare a thought, please do give us an iTunes review, Apple Podcasts, wherever you review your podcasts. Give us a nice fat 5-star review. Come on, give us a nice 5-star fatty. All right? And if you do like a funny one, an entertaining one, I'll read it on this show like this from this person, Joey the Baby. Joey the Baby. This review is titled Thoughts from a Child. Babies love PFT. What a gentleman.
Aww.
Thank you, Joey the Baby. There you go, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Thank you to Earwolf for hosting the podcast. Thank you to Engineer Sam for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. Goodbye forever. Until next week, this is Paul F. Tompkins saying, Semper in Praesenti. Check out the brand new fan-chosen shirt honoring Harris Whittles on podswag.com. All proceeds from the shirt will benefit the Harris Whittles Foundation, which awards scholarships to graduating seniors of his alma mater, the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts in Houston, Texas. It also goes towards other initiatives that inspire young artists to work tirelessly on their craft. So go to podswag.com to purchase your Harris Whittles shirt and give to this great cause today.
Hi, everybody. My name's Chris Gethard, letting you know that this week, the 100th episode of Beautiful Anonymous comes out. I want to thank everybody who listens to this show where I just talk to people on the phone. Never expected it to change my life the way it has. Thank you for supporting it. I thought this show was just going to be like alt comedy fans prank calling me, messing with me. Instead, I've realized that I'm a citizen of a large world and that people have so much in common no matter where they are. Whether it's someone who's a heroin addict or someone who's thinking about buying a record store or someone who shits their pants all the time or someone who has a kid with cancer or someone who's a swinger or someone who really loves Donald Trump, someone who escaped from a cult, someone who made out with their teacher in high school. I was able to talk to all these people 1 hour at a time and realize at the end of the day, what this project has taught me is that we're all people and we're all living our lives and we're just trying to get by and just trying to find happiness in this messed up world that seems so goddamn confusing. Check out Beautiful Stories from Anonymous People on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Thank you for listening.
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive producers Scott Ackerman, Chris Bannon, Colin Anderson, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more media and content, go to earwolf.com.